welcome to Drinks with Emo, now in fresh scent. Welcome to 2021.
Hey.
This millennium is now old enough to drink.
Woo! Wow.
That puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that was a heavy sigh. What happened there? I hope this video finds all you fine drink masters and highballers out there in good spirits and in good health.
Hopefully with good spirits.
We love a good pun. And thank you for joining us, dialing up again, Drinks with Demo. I am Demosthenes, the titular Demo.
The titular Demo.
She's Valley the Space Cowboy. And today we are going back to the well, if you will. A couple months ago, we showcased the McBride sisters' Black Girl Magic Riesling.
Yes.
As of right now, it is still by far the most popular video we've ever done.
Really?
By clear margin.
Nice.
If you've seen the video before, thanks. If you haven't, go check it out.
Yeah.
The story of the McBride sisters is great. Go look it up. Robin and Andrea, it's a fantastic story.
Definitely kismet. It's interesting. Val
was looking to get a wine, a spirit from a black-owned company, and came across...
Especially a female-owned black wine company. Yes, absolutely.
And came across the McBride sisters. At the time, she had to order it because it couldn't find it in stores. Since then, people have commented, hey, I've been able to find it at Total Wine. I've seen this at some other place. I saw it at a 7-Eleven in Texas.
Which is awesome.
I know people who have saw that video and then ordered direct from the vintner as well. So I'm not saying that our little show here helped popularize them, but I'm not saying it.
We did see one. It was a what?
So I can confirm that I did see a Black Girl Magic Rosé, which is what we'll have today, at a Total Wine. We were at Ralph's, and we saw from the main brand.
No, it was McBride Sisters, but it wasn't Black Girl Magic.
No, it was just their I don't want to call it a house mark, but their top mark, their prime mark. It was a sparkling wine. It was in the champagne section. So yeah, they're out there now. The good word has spread.
Yes.
McBride Sisters are the largest African-American-owned vintner in the United States.
Which is awesome.
So if you definitely want to support a black women-owned vintner, McBride Sisters is where it's at.
Pay attention to where your money's going. That's all we're saying, people.
As we're saying, the Black Girl Magic Rosé from McBride Sisters. Black Girl Magic is a line in their greater collection.
I got the 3 bottle.
We did. We tried the Riesling. The Rosé has been chilling in our fridge for the last 6 months.
And one was given as a gift.
Yes. And you know what? Wine makes an excellent gift.
It really does. If it's a good wine.
Don't
give people crappy wine.
I would say this, and I would say this in sincerity here. If you're going to give a wine, make sure you've tried it first.
Right.
Don't look at it and be like, hey, that might be interesting. Let's try that.
Yeah.
There's a wine in the fridge that we cracked open the other day. We weren't going to review for the show. We know it was a gift because we didn't buy it.
Right. I mean, granted, yes, wine tastes very...
Yes.
Wildly. For lack of a better term. Like,
right.
They're all over the board. Like, I would say... Well, I don't even know. Like, it's hard to kind of tell unless you've had the discussion. If they're a friend and you're bringing wine, think of, like, listen to what they want.
Right.
If they're like, oh, I really like this wine, it's nice and sweet, then, don't bring them, like, a cab. Usually they're not very sweet.
Yeah. but if you like something, then that's a way for you to introduce them to that wine. Absolutely. And then make wine fingers out of it.
You'd be like, oh, I really like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're hoping we're going to do that with you right now with the McBride Sisters Black Girl Magic Rosé. Rosé. As usual, Val's going to read the back of the label.
Ooh, sure. Okay. Black Girl Magic is a term we use often, but what is it? So it's the same as the other label.
Probably.
What does it look, sound, feel, and taste like? Maybe it doesn't mean celestial perfection. Better yet, it signifies the magic within us that allows us to persevere, to create and slay with the best and with so much finesse. Our elegant rosé has vibrant flavors of strawberry, raspberries, Meyer lemon with the aromatic notes of fragrant white florals.
Oh, I'm in.
Sounds refreshing.
Now, Demo, unrefined palate comes with wine, so I'm not going to pick up a lot of these things, but if I can pick up just one or two of them, totally worth it.
Especially if it's a little bit lemony, that'd be nice.
Oh, that's great. So we're going to bust out our Corkatoo.
Corkatoo! No, it's not a hockatoo. No, it's a cork-a-hawk? A hawk-a-cork?
So as I go through the process of...
That was like a hawk-a-cork. It's like a cork.
As I go through the process
Look
of
up hawkas, would you? Okay.
uncorking this, Val, any New Year's resolutions as we enter 2021?
No.
And why not?
I don't know. Like, New Year's resolutions have never really been a thing for me. It's just always like, I would like to do better, sure.
Mhm.
I don't resolve necessarily to do better.
Mhm.
Because I feel like, sure, it's a good time for people to start over, maybe,
Mhm.
symbolically. But I feel like, you know, I resolve to make no resolutions.
Well said. You know, I'm going to come at you with a different angle.
What you got?
Resolutions are absolutely fine,
Yeah, I mean, if you make them, that's awesome. Don't feel bad if you don't stick to them, though.
but you don't have to start them on January 1st.
Yeah.
If February 1st you're like, I need to resolve to be better, start
Yeah,
then.
absolutely. You don't have to wait.
That's right.
I know a lot of times it happens after the holidays because people resolve to be better after the holidays.
Right.
So I know that that's kind of a thing. I know that that's why. Ooh, can we get the cork out? I've been fighting with it for a while now. It's like, stretch. Stretch.
There we go.
So also let's remind ourselves that we're still in the year of the rat. The plague year. So.
All right, I posted this on my own personal social media, and I want this to be clear. Everyone's looking at January 1st.
Some arbitrary date on a calendar.
That's Julius Caesar's idea, by the way. Look
Right.
it up.
And that didn't end well for him.
Yeah.
Look it up.
So we think that 2020 is the year, and now that it's over,
People are like, yes, thank
Things are
God
better.
2020 is over. And I was like, no.
hear me out.
We've already lost a famous author this year.
Hear me out. Look at the Lunar New Year.
Mm-hmm.
The Lunar New Year started on January 25th, 2020.
It was a good party. We had a
What
great party.
was the singular event that we all point to and say that was the start of when shit went south? Kobe Bryant's death
Right.
on January 26th, a day later.
Yep.
So I contend 2020 isn't done yet. It's the year of the rat, and it's going to last until the next Lunar New Year, which is February 12th.
So it's not that 2020 isn't done. The year of the rat's not done.
February 12th, 2021. That's when this current lunar year will end. So you got to tough it out for another 5 weeks.
Right.
And you know,
then we hit the year of the ox.
and you know what you tough it out with? Nice glass of wine.
That's right. So yes,
Pretty
we're
big
heading
rat.
into the year of the ox. Excuse me.
The year of the ox.
So it should be nice and grounded and calm. Feels like, I hope.
Back to the booze. Let's pour some wine. Here's a nice little rosé for you. Oh, that looks lovely.
It's not too funky a color, so that means it's been okay.
I hope you can see.
Should be nice and clear.
I don't want to hold it behind my shirt, but can you see how it looks rosier on my end? I know it doesn't may look like that on camera, but it has a nice rosy tint to it.
Yes, lovely.
I know that rosés are all the rage.
It smells a little tart.
It's what all the basic bitches are drinking. So
Let's get basic.
if you want a rosé all day, let's start with this
Rosé
one.
all day.
All right, let's take a sniff here.
No way rosé. It smells dry.
It does smell dry.
It's fun because when you like smell it, it like kind of tickles your nose a little. It makes you salivate.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I smell a hint of fruit. And for me to smell it, that's saying something. But it smells like a very, very light red wine. Like
I'm almost heading towards white, I feel like.
well, a rosé is right in the middle.
Exactly. Smells very pleasant.
Skull.
Slanja.
Well, that's easy to drink. Ooh, it goes down hot.
Does it?
Maybe because I chugged it.
It is tart.
Woo!
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. It is definitely tart. It's definitely hitting the back of the tongue in those places that were salivating when I smelled it. That's what's salivating right now.
My tongue is my tongue is very dry right
I don't know
now.
what a trunk is, but
It,
mine is very wet.
it dried it out right away. It's smooth though. It's very light.
I feel like it's one of those things you could drink a lot of and not realize you're drinking a lot of.
Mm-hmm. No, for me, I can
Like
tell.
if it was just sitting at the table, you know, and you're like, oh sure, like while you're having a meal and chit chatting, you know, like whatever, and the next thing you know, you need to open another bottle.
Yeah. This is the very first rosé we've had on the show, so we have nothing to compare it to.
True that.
So we're going to have to wing it and determine how it rates overall. But let's give this a proper review, if we can. For me, it is very dry on the tongue. But it has some sweetness to it. It has some flavor to it. I can't pick out the individual fruits like the bottle says. But again, unrefined palate. But it goes down real quick. And it goes down warm. Like my esophagus is like, ooh, we're on fire.
It gets a lot more tart when you do that. Ooh, a lot drier.
Let's swish. It's always worth something.
It's tart, right? See?
Oh, it's very dark. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, don't do that.
Just drink it like a normal person. It definitely does. It hits like all of it, and I'm like, now I'm all like you would be like after drinking a tart lemonade or something.
Yeah. Flavor-wise, it's very mild.
Mm-hmm.
Like there, you can taste flavor. It's not like you're drinking.
There's something. I hate those wines that you drink and there's like,
Right.
where to go.
It's like a heavy water. No,
Yeah.
there is flavor here.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, tart, hint of fruit. I can definitely feel all that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is the first rosé. I don't think I've ever had a rosé in my life. So this is the first rosé I've ever had.
I feel like I know I've had a couple.
Well, yeah, because
You
you're a
don't
basic
really.
bitch.
I hang out with basic bitches. What you want?
Yeah.
So strawberries, raspberries, and my lemon. Well, now that you kind of think about this, like, okay, lemons are tart, raspberries are tart.
Mhm.
That's what people don't really like
You know,
realize that about raspberries.
Raspberry-
They're very tart.
when you think of raspberries like in candy, it's a blue raspberry. It's always very sweet.
Right.
Raspberries straight. Like you try to handle raspberries in a smoothie,
They are tart.
surprisingly tart.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the tartness is coming from. Because I'm not really getting much of a lemon, but I'm getting a fruity tartness, so it's probably
Well,
the raspberry.
it's very citric acidy, like a lemon would be, without the actual flavor of citrus. If that makes sense.
But I just took a swig of it. I didn't swish it, and I just washed it all away.
Mm-hmm.
It's very palate cleansing.
Oh, indeed. Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned that.
Yes, it is. It's very palate cleansing.
Seriously, it'd be good in between, like, courses.
Indeed.
Must be really fantastic with like a Caesar salad, some grilled chicken.
You know, a little spritz of 7-Up might make do wonders with this thing.
Well, because we do like sweeter wine, but that's just us.
And we do like bubbly wine. All right, let's give this thing an official Drinks with Demo rating. On a scale of 1 to 5, Val, what would you give McBride Sisters Black Girl Magic Rosé?
See, it's hard because I don't know that I necessarily seek it out, but I don't know that I would turn it down.
That is probably the best description I can come up with this wine.
Like if somebody was like, hey, would you like a glass of this? I'd be like, sure, no problem, thanks. Sounds great.
Like, I look at this and think to myself, the Riesling that we had was a better wine.
It was spot on.
It was a very
It was real good.
significantly better
What was
wine.
that, a 4?
You gave that a 5. I gave that a
Ooh,
4.
5. Okay.
On the Riesling. On the Rosé, not as sweet, obviously. So I think that changes.
Actually, the more it warms up, the sweeter it gets.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, I don't know necessarily if I would purchase this again. But if somebody had it at the party, I'd be like, give me a glass of that.
Or if I sat down at a table at a wedding or something and it was on there, I'd be like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Like no problem.
I think this may be the first time we kind of have a category of, because I've said before, I wouldn't buy this again.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to buy this again. But if it was out, I might have a glass.
I would totally have some.
Yeah. I think,
So what do we categorize that as?
shoot, man, this is brand new territory here on Drinks with Zemo.
I feel like there's been a beer that was in that category too. Like I wouldn't buy it again, but if somebody handed it to me, I'd totally drink it.
It was like a Sapporo or the PBR.
So it may have been PBR.
Right.
Never gonna turn down a PBR.
But yeah, so we got to rate it though.
Well, shit.
That's kind of the show.
I feel like this is where the house would really come and help and handy.
Burp test.
I feel like if I could give it a 3.5, I'd be super happy about it. Because I feel like 4 may be a little too much. 3 isn't quite enough.
But since we've talked about it before, wine ratings are so subjective. I've insisted on whole integers when rating because you got to commit
Well,
to
yeah,
them.
but we only have a 1 through 5. If we had like a 1 through 10, maybe.
Well, it's like when you look at wine enthusiasts, like, oh, it's a 92. No, then really, in our scale, that'd be a 4.
No, a 92 would be like a 3.5.
No, a 60 would be a 3.5.
No.
Nonetheless,
3. A begrudging 3. Like, it needs to be a 4, but it's not quite 4.
what would make it a 4?
If I would buy it again.
Okay. So,
Because I don't want to give it a 3, though, because it's not bad.
it isn't bad. Then give it a 4. Because there's going to be boozes on this show that we wouldn't buy again, but we enjoy it.
Yeah. But are all of them going to get a 4, though?
Okay, well, let's make this as objective as possible.
I feel like we should just designate 3.5 for like those special like alcohols that are we wouldn't buy again, but we liked. That's the only thing that gets a 3.5 designation.
No, we're hold on. Let's be as objective as possible with this. I'm going to take myself out of the equation right now. This wine, is it serviceable? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be welcomed in the right crowd? If you're a rosé drinker, would this be pretty good? Yes, it would.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously,
I feel like it'll be welcomed on most tables.
yeah, when people would look at this and they're going to try it, they're going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my personal favorite, though. So that's where we're running into a situation here. Because if I had to choose between all the wines that we had on the show, this isn't even the best McBride Sisters wine that we've had.
Right. Well, I gave that one a 5.
You did give that one a 5.
But that one was so much more enjoyable than this one.
It is.
For me. Not to say that this isn't enjoyable. See, that's kind of the...
It does get nicer the more it sits out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We put ourselves in a pinch here, but that's what makes for good TV.
3.
Gonna stick with the 3, huh?
I don't like it, but yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay. As long as one of us gives it a 4. Maybe that's what we'll do. So I'm going to take the 4. Well.
So Val's going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a 4. And I'm going to give it a 4 because of the objective rating. When I look at this,
I finished it.
I don't know if, like I said, I would not buy this bottle again. There's
Yeah.
other wines to try, and this wasn't exactly the show stealer.
Right.
But if it's at somewhere, I would probably reach for this as opposed to other wines on the table.
Yeah.
And it's not
I've drank a lot of worse wines.
It's not gross. It's not horrible. It's delightful. It's
quite
smooth.
pleasant.
It's easy to drink. It has a nice, light, fruity flavor. It goes down, I already said smooth, but it goes down
A
warm.
little bit warm. You feel it?
Yeah. So not a spectacular wine, but better than average in my opinion. I'm going to give it a 4.
That works.
And Belle's going to stick with a 3.
3.5. If you're going with the average.
3 plus.
Ooh, it does sit warm, like right here. Like right there in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
You may need some water with it because it is a little bit dry.
I think this would definitely pair well with lighter fare.
Like I said, a Caesar salad, some grilled chicken. That sounds so good right now.
But it could probably even go nicely with after dinner chocolates and cheeses.
Yeah. Indeed.
So there's a lot of entertainment options available with this wine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for a rosé, and there's a metric shitload of rosés out on the market right now,
Yeah.
but you want to try something different, by all means, pick up the bottle of the McBride Sisters Black Girl Magic Rosé, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I would say just in general, go ahead and get that 3-pack from the actual vintner itself.
And like I said, I've heard from people who have purchased McBride Sisters after they saw our first video on the Riesling, and they had nothing but good things to say about,
Right.
because they didn't get the same 3 that we got. They mixed it up a little bit, and they had nothing but good things to say about it.
Yeah.
So I feel confident. I'm not on their payroll. I'm not being
Indeed.
ads. I feel confident saying if you want to purchase wine
Yeah.
from, especially one that is owned by a woman, owned by a black person, black woman together, two of them, and they're sisters with an awesome backstory.
Crazy backstory.
I think McBride Sisters is where you want to hang your hat.
Indeed.
All right.
I'm all about supporting that kind of positivity.
Absolutely. So, I think that wraps up this another fun-filled episode of Drinks with Demo. On the McBride Sisters Black Girl Magic Rosé, I've given it a 4. Space Cowboy has given it a 3. Plus. It's like how you need to come up with a PG-13 rating.
Right.
But not quite an R, but more than a PG.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we're at. So I think we're going to give it the plus.
3 plus.
3 plus.
3 asterisk.
Yes. 3 and a little more, but not quite 4, but we don't want to call it a half because we don't deal with integers. If you don't know what an integer is, ask a math teacher.
Or a teacher.
But math teachers need friends. Because they're math teachers. I know a math teacher, and she's lovely.
She is great.
And she would appreciate it if you just talk to her and stuff about anything, but mainly math. All right.
I know a couple math teachers.
Well, you're a teacher, that doesn't count.
Well, no, so do you. You have a sister-in-law and my godmother.
Right!
I don't think she does the math teaching thing anymore, but
Whatever.
she was.
Let's quietly wrap this up. If you enjoyed this episode of Drinks with Demo, by all means, like, subscribe, comment on the YouTube. If you're watching us on Instagram, like the video, share it with your friends. Go over to YouTube, look for Drinks with Demo, find this episode, like and comment, subscribe.
Seriously. Even I went over and liked and subscribed.
No, you didn't.
Well, I liked. I don't know if I subscribed.
Oh, boy. Help a brother out. You're on the show, for crying out loud. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, shoot me a message, drop me an email, drop me a note on YouTube or Instagram, send me a text, however you want to get a hold of me. Let me know, and we will try to make it happen for you here on Drinks with
We're
Demo.
here for you.
We're doing the hard work.
For you.
Any parting shots?
Oh, no. Hope you guys had a great new year. Thanks
Indeed.
for all the support and love.
And we hope to a bigger and better 2021.
Year of the Ox.
As I've been telling you, as I've been telling all my friends, may your new year be bright and bountiful. And that note, I'm Demosthenes, Val the Space Cowboy. Stay safe, choose love, drink responsibly.
Please.